I often compare Pilates a bit like a plate of plain rice. And it's nutritious in itself, but then it's up to you how you want to flavor it. The more I teach, the more I realize that being a dancer in the heart really helps me see movement and create movement. I started training in dance when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I loved it. I think I had a love for movement because I was never still. When we were having dinners, especially in our old little apartment in Italy, I remember between courses, I would always get up and dance. And if there was music playing on TV, I would always dance along. When I reached end of high school, which is the big time of decisions, I felt this is your moment. You either try now or you might regret it in the future. For me, joining Laban had been a way to deconstruct what former training I had. I've enjoyed a lot the studying part of it and the performing part of it, and doing different techniques and taking part in different shows or choreographies and putting myself in different shoes and characters. When inevitably comes the point where you have to make a living with that, the questions also start becoming a little different. And I just remember at the time not really finding any company where I felt like, oh, I would love to be working for them. Yet I felt like auditioning for every single one of them so that I could tell I got an offer. I felt like I was lying to myself. I remember thinking in my head about most of my friends' lives at that time, undergoing what looked like a straight line, which I'm sure it wasn't straight for them either. And then I was looking at my life, it started looking a bit more like a mandala, reaching out to different direction and thinking I'm not moving anywhere. And then I felt, wait, maybe it's more of a spider web I'm building here. I love dancing, obviously. It's not an easy path, and you have to be really passionate about it to walk it. There's a lot that I've put myself through and a lot that I've learned along the way. But I was looking also for probably more of a personal relationship with the people I worked with, wanting to see also what a positive impact I could have. That's the sound of happiness. I've discovered Pilates while I was at Laban. Pilates is introduced to you as this great method that is going to help you recover from injuries, mainly, and as a dancer you go through a lot of them, unfortunately. It seems very simple and very safe, which as a dancer didn't seem very appealing, you can imagine, because you're used to push your body to the limits. I felt like there was some great potential there that I wasn't quite able to grasp until I started listening to my body a little bit more. And seeing how a more healthy approach to movement made me feel better and more connected with my body, I started desiring to have the ability to do that for others as well.
Unroll the spine so you're up into your squat. Then you're gonna hinge forward from the hips, torso parallel to the ground. Lift yourself all the way up and return to standing. You're gonna inhale to extend to the upper spine and relax the arms down to the sides.
I visited this Buddhist monastery, Plum Village in France. I just loved it from the very start, feeling like the world just stopped. We were just sharing a little bit about our lives. And I mentioned that I've recently qualified as a Pilates teacher. And then a monk approached me at the end of our conversation. He was keen in actually trying out some Pilates. And it was just so surreal. There was all of a sudden on this wooden deck underneath old oak trees with a monk wearing some 3 or 4 layers of robes, so I couldn't see much. But there I was encouraging him to feel his body. Whatever I was saying, he could really feel it, he could really embody it. And I feel it's an experience that more than anything informed me as a teacher, because being surrounded by such mindful energy, it kind of shapes the way you choose your words or the way you move your body and what do you prioritize in your teaching as well. And although I started as a Pilates teacher teaching by the books, I have to admit I don't come with a class plan anymore. The best way for me to teach is to actually be more open and willing to listen. And I value allowing people to move more than anything. At times I like enabling more freedom in the movement, perhaps even some mistakes to happen as long as one is free and enjoys the freedom of movement. Dance is something I've been passionate about. I never really thought about it as a full-time job. And yet I'm so grateful for all the things that dance brought to me. Because of the uncertainty that this path brings, I feel like I opened myself to many more opportunities. And now looking at what I'm doing at the moment, it is that spider web now, made of all these things I was looking for. I can confidently say I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.